Hi, today I would like to show you how I've made this X-axis idler and stop holder for making time-lapses. There are a few ways of making time-lapses of your 3D prints. One of them is to use end stop to trigger your camera to take a photo, and end stop is triggered by extruder moving all the way to the one side. To make a time-lapse, you need a 3D printer, some kind of trigger to trigger your camera, and a camera, obviously. I am using the E4K camera to make my time-lapses. This is the one I'm using for making my videos also. On original firmware there is no way to take a picture using a cable connected to the camera. But there is a custom firmware you can download and use to make this possible. You just download the custom firmware, copy it to the SD card, rename it to firmware.pin, and then insert it to the camera and power it on. After a few moments the firmware is ready to use. Next you need to add custom script to your SD card. This is just a simple Python script which you can create using any text editor you want, and you just use a few lines of code to make this possible. In my case I'm using event of powering off the charging, and if the charger is powered off, then the picture is taken. And for my end stop I am using just regular power adapter connected through the end stop to the camera, and every time the end stop is hit, the power is off and the picture is taken. And when the switch is off, the power is back, and so on and so forth. Next, it's time to mount the end stop to the X-axis idler. For that, I've designed this X-axis end stop holder, which you can just slide on your idler, connect the end stop using two small screws, and you are ready to go. This is not my idea, but the design is mine. I've seen this somewhere, but couldn't find the original file, so I've just created my own. As you can see, it took me quite a few iterations to get it done, and remember to print it with PETG or something tough, because of the temperature here, PLA is not suitable. Okay, now we have the camera configured, the end stop and the power adapter is working, we can take pictures using that. It is attached to your 3D printer, and now it is time to tell the G-code to move the extruder all the way to the right side, just so it can hit the end stop and then continue printing. I made it using Prusa Slicer, and this is really easy. You just go to your printer settings, go to the custom G-code and add a custom G-code after layer change. Be sure to check your pause time, so your pictures won't be blurry. In my case, this is the proper values for my setup. It works great. After slicing and model and setting everything up, this is how it looks. And this is an example of time-lapse I've recently taken. Thanks for watching. Watch my other videos that are right here and there. Thank you all for the likes, comments, subscriptions on YouTube, follows on Instagram and Twitter, and also all the tips on library. You are awesome.